What's up, guys? This is Ryan from Collins Color Correction in Dallas, Texas, and today I'm bringing you an overview of a pre-sale detail that I did on a 1977 Triumph Bonneville 750. The owner wanted this motorcycle to look its best before it went up for sale. If you look closely, you can see that in general it's just kind of tarnished. A lot of the shiny bits, metal, and the spokes of the wheels and such had water spots and grime. And the engine and brake calipers and things like that needed to be degreased pretty badly, along with just a general overall cleaning. So I start off here by filling up a bucket with some Armor All car soap. Always use the 2-bucket method. It's something I do with every single vehicle I work on, large or small, trying to prevent any further damage from being inflicted to the paint. And I go ahead and douse the bike in 1 to 4 diluted all-purpose cleaner to knock off some of the road grime, tar, and bugs to make it a little easier to clean up later on. So I always start off every detail by foaming with the Chemical Guys Honeydew Snow Foam. It is my favorite snow foam. I love the way it smells, and it does a really great job of creating a thick foam so that I can go in with my detail brush and get all the little intricate areas before I just do an overall wash and scrub down with a microfiber. Motorcycles are always tricky because all the little intricate areas are tough to reach. It really takes a high attention to detail to try and get all of those areas. Even though a motorcycle is smaller than a car, oftentimes it can take even longer to wash it and dry it just because there's so many little areas, and especially because this bike was going up for sale. And seeing as it's collectible, I wanted it to look its best so that the owner could achieve its maximum value. As you can see, some of the shots were taken pretty up close, and that is actually my fault, as I was filming the up close shots in portrait with my iPhone instead of in landscape, and when I went to upload, everything zoomed in like crazy. So we'll go ahead and fix that next time we bring an in-depth detail to the channel. Alright, so here I am dousing the bike with an iron decontaminant spray, and this happens to be Geon iron. There are lots of different kinds, but essentially the purpose is to break down any iron deposits embedded in the paint and other areas, and it turns purple as it senses and removes the iron, and then you just go ahead and hose it off, just like I'm doing here. Alright, moving on. So the trickiest part of detailing any motorcycle is drawing it off. So as we just talked about, lots of intricate areas, lots of places for the water to get stuck, and ultimately as you go on your next ride, if the bike hasn't had long enough to dry, then that water comes out and you've got a less than perfect finish. So I use a Master Blaster. It's got two individual 4 horsepower engines, or electric motors rather, and it does a really good job of blasting that water completely away. This is one of my favorite tools I have in my arsenal. Pretty much no water can hide from this thing. So here I'm starting to disassemble the bike a little bit. I'm taking the side fairings off so I can polish those individually. And the little Bonneville 750 placard comes off, and I polished underneath that as well. Here I'm putting it back together, and in the next clip I'll be putting it back on the bike. It's always important to remember to be as careful as you possibly can, especially on vehicles that are this old. Being from 1977, all of the plastics are very brittle, all the rubber is very brittle. Okay, so here's an up-close shot. Here you can see lots of pitting and watermarks on the exhaust and other shiny bits. So I'm just cleaning it up with a microfiber pad and some metal polishing compound. And I use this same compound all around the bike on all of the chrome pieces. It does a pretty good job. And here we are looking much better. As we move on to the springs, you can see again that same kind of dull look, should be highly shiny. So it takes a little more time, but we'll go around each one of those springs individually with the metal polish and try and get it looking a little bit better. Okay, so the final little bit of polishing here is the headlight bucket, and that came out looking pretty good. And here is the final product. Definitely a vast improvement over how it looked before. Again, we weren't trying to work miracles here, we were just trying to get it looking as good as possible so that the owner could be proud of the bike as he put it up for sale. And it actually ended up selling the very next day for just under the asking price to a lawyer who wanted to have it as jewelry in his lobby. If you guys enjoyed this, please like and subscribe to my channel, and I'll be sure to bring you more in-depth details. In fact, I've got another one in the works on a Subaru BRZ, which was a multi-stage correction in ceramic coating, so be sure to tune into that one, and thanks for watching.